Hello, Targar friends. Hey, everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again, it is time for some work mode training arm day. Uh, Upped the weight a little bit. I just started doing the closed grip bench press last time. Obviously, my strength was down because I've only been gripping really wide, like index finger on the ring wide. But my arm day, I'm trying to do these, and I'm not pausing. I just do them touch and go because it is triceps. Whereas I pause all of my flat bench and incline bench normally on the chest day. So the first set felt really heavy with that, so I only got 6 reps, but it's funny because I get to the second set and got a little more into my groove and managed to squeeze out 8, which again is not at my all-time best. When I used to be a closed grip bencher, weighing a little more than this, I was actually better. But I decided that I'm going to do all dumbbells for my biceps. So today I went ahead and took the barbell curl out, and I'm doing pretty strict standing supine dumbbell curls. Now I wanted to get the reps a little lower, but I was just stronger than I thought I would be. Same thing on the preacher bench. I went with the weight that on the incline bench, which should have been easier because it has shorter range of motion. I only managed to get 10 last time. I ended up getting 12s with it. But here's the thing. It's like I've said in some other videos I have kind of in the mix, we're stronger. This is one of the things I'm immediately noticing, that if I am doing my arm stuff first in a workout, I am considerably stronger at it. And it's fatigue. And I think this is something that we really have to think about more and more with certain types of training splits. And I think it's a factor, and I've seen researchers discuss this, because it's not just about localized fatigue. If your arms were only tired because you were pressing and pulling, well, that would be a little bit different, right? Because you're just accumulating fatigue through the workout in the same muscle. There is the problem with systemic fatigue, and I think this is one of the problems we run into with full body training. With novices, it's fine. But as we get a little more advanced and you're trying to do, say, arms or something at the end, you're going to limit the ability to recruit muscle fibers. And that's what's interesting, is I have seen some data on this, and this tells us a lot. That's one reason why the old school guys way back in the day, a lot of the bodybuilders who did full body in the 50s and 60s, a lot of times they started with curls. Maybe they were onto something. But it's just as easy to separate our stuff. So I ended up getting 12 reps, clean reps, and I hit failure on those. So I failed on those, and I don't take the closed grip or the skull crushers to failure, because again, the possibility of, skull crushers definitely, we see why. Closed grip bench though, and flat bench, I might do some failure sets eventually. But again, I took that second set definitely to 0 reps in reserve for me. I don't think I would have been able to do another rep without a good 4 or 5 second rest pause first. So it was a limit set. The first set, it felt heavy, but I realized wasn't all out. But we got 5 all out sets, right? Because the skull crushers were definitely hard. Those were limit sets. All right, I took the preacher curls. I'm using my preacher bench. And this way I'm going all the way down as far as I can go till my elbow locks. And again, I'm not going to argue that with people. I've shown people repeatedly this is my elbow lock. So I'm taking it as far as it will stretch. Some of these I paused there. And I got 12 reps and then failed on 13. And I did that on both sets. So it's interesting, I got right at 12. I would also like to have these closer to 8 to 10. Right? So I'm going to have to increase weight a little bit next time. But here's what we're doing. Even I'm doing this kind of slightly higher intensity training. Notice I'm not doing a lot of the silly drop sets and all the stuff that people do, because I don't think it brings that much to the table. I really think your most efficient gains comes from doing high quality straight sets with progressive overload, getting right at failure or within 1 rep of it. Okay? And I think that's where you're going to find the most efficiency. You're also going to not beat yourself up. You're not going to overtrain as long as you keep the volume moderated. But again, I've got a more detailed video. I think it's scheduled to come out discussing that in a little more detail as to why my volumes are here, why I'm doing 6 sets per week. There's a lot of splash over though. And even today I ended up doing a 7th for biceps because I did hammer curls. But it really was for forearms, as I don't get as much bicep activation. but I wanted to do some forearm work. I don't want to neglect my forearms. The skull crushers, though, these went good. This is a PR. I don't think at any point on camera I've done this much weight for 10 reps on a proper skull crusher. This is 98 pounds. It's an 18-pound bar, so I mean, I could call it 20, but the manufacturer advertised it at 18, so that's what I keep it at. So that's why I have the oddball number like 88, 98, 78, all that stuff. But I got 10 reps, and I managed to get, on the second set, I squeezed out kind of an 11th. I breathed a couple seconds because the 10 feels like a limit set. But I felt like maybe if I just really, really take a good breath, rest a couple seconds, I could try to get one more. But the form did break on it a little bit. I kind of cheated through it. So that tells me that we did do that set to failure because my form had to degrade in order to get that last rep. Not only did I have to rest a couple seconds, I had to cheat to get through it. So that's definitely failure. The curls, it's easy to reach failure. The weight just sticks at the bottom. You can see my face. So that's the last rep before failure. You saw what my face looked like. You saw the bar speed. I tried to do a 13th rep, and it just locked at the bottom, and I couldn't bring it up. Just went all the way to my lockout and just stayed there. So what I'm doing, obviously, I'm letting the left side lead, and then the right side, I just match it. So why dumbbells? Normally when people talk about big movements, I'm like, dumbbells don't balance sides out. In my case, because it is single joint exercises, and because I have previously torn that left bicep and it's smaller many years ago. What year is this? It's been 20 years. So my left arm is a little smaller because of that. So I feel like by doing all dumbbells, I can help with balancing that out. All right, these behind the head extensions, I PR'd these again. I think I only get like 10 last time. I got like 13 and then 12 on these. And some of these, I just, when it sticks at the bottom, that's failure. And I just bring it over like a pullover. So this for me is about what I can pull off on range of motion. Again, my shoulder flexibility is not the best, but this put that intense stretch on the long head. And I'm trying to just get that stretch reflex on it. That's really what I'm concerned about. I'm trying to just get the deep stretch, finish off that long head with a deep lengthened position exercise. Then of course we do incline curls with it, and I got I think like 12 and then something like 10. So I took these to failure also. So again, all these movements here, I'm just trying to do them to failure. If you can safely, obviously the skull crusher is a little different, but that behind the head extension, it just sticks there, and then you can just almost do like an overhead pullover to get it out of there when it fails. Because it's not like I have a crazy weight like 200 pounds or something on there. You know, it's I think it's 68 pounds. But we got a great arm pump from all of this. Triceps, biceps, forearms, everything were pretty lit up just from doing 6 sets of each in these supersets. And again, I do take breaks. So some people will always ask me on the supersets. I always go straight to the second exercise as fast as I can, you know, within reason. Sometimes you got to throw a belt on for a way to pull up with a plate on it. So I do them as quick as I can into those, and then I take a break. So I usually rest a couple minutes between each set, you know, between each superset, but I don't rest during the supersets. I think we saw, definitely got the pump there when I stood up on that. We could see that angle. The shoulders were actually looking pretty decent. But overall, guys, we're going to keep focusing on getting leaner. We're going to keep focusing on bringing up my weak body parts, which is primarily arms. Obviously, you want everything to grow, but my arms do need a priority, and that's definitely one of the reasons I am doing an arm day now. It's like, you know, I know that arms get a lot of work on my chest and back day, but they need their own day because I need them to get maximum recruitment from the beginning of a workout, so I can get to those upper threshold fibers and keep them growing. So ultimately, my arms do technically have the most volume because, you know, pull-ups and benching and all that are still arm work. And then I finished off with one set of heavy hammer curls. I'm like, I just want to make sure I do some forearm work. Even though I get it on the pulling days, let's just do a set of hammer curls. And I went pretty heavy because I don't feel a lot out of the light ones. So I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys and gals next time.